Good evening. You're joining us live here on 6 p.m. Prime. I'm Akshita Nandagopal, and this evening we're going to be talking about the border dispute between Maharashtra and Karnataka. Here on India Today, we've been getting you every update that's been pouring in. It's been simmering for the last many weeks with protest politics, as we showed you, playing out non-stop. But now, finally, the central government has directly decided to intervene, with Home Minister Amit Shah reportedly set to meet both Chief Ministers, Basuraj Bommai and also the Maharashtra Chief Minister Eknath Shinde. Will this put an end to this border dispute? It's of course been going on for decades, will continue in the Supreme Court, but at least put a full stop to the politics. We're going to be discussing that and much more. The headlines first. Superstar Neta Pawan Kalyan sparks fresh controversy, comes under attack after unveiling his pole truck. YSR safety says it looks like a military vehicle. Race for CM begins in Himachal. 3 claimants for CM's chair key meet to decide on the CM face underway. BJP president hits out at Arvind Kejriwal and AAP at Agenda Aaj Tak, asks if Kejriwal has terror links.
मेरा एक ही प्रश्न है कि भाई आपका टेररिस्टों के साथ कोई संबंध है क्या? I have asked this question and today on this forum again I asked this question. क्या केजरीवाल जी का टेररिस्टों के साथ कोई संबंध रहा है क्या?
Shraddha's father accuses Maharashtra cops of inaction in Shraddha probe, says that cops acted on time, his daughter would be alive.
मुझे इसके बारे में कोई जानकारी नहीं थी पहले, जो श्रद्धा ने 2019 में कंप्लेंट की थी। जी हाँ।
Intense spell of rain likely in several Tamil Nadu districts as alert sounded for cyclone Mandus, which has intensified into a severe cyclonic storm likely to cross the coast at Mamlapuram. All eyes are on the crucial quarter-final match tonight in the FIFA World Cup as Croatia face Brazil. Holland to take on Argentina tonight in a late-night game. So the Maharashtra-Karnataka border row is back in focus. Union Home Minister Amit Shah also met with opposition MPs of Maharashtra. The NCP has claimed that Shah has assured them that he's going to be meeting the chief ministers of Maharashtra and Karnataka on December 14th, a few days from now, to soothe tempers on the border dispute. Let me remind you that Maharashtra-Karnataka both are BJP-ruled states, and yet you have both the governments indulging in this kind of a war of words.
The Karnataka-Maharashtra border fire rages on. Protest both in Maharashtra and Karnataka is spreading. Local Kannada organizations staged a protest in Bengaluru and tried to blacken the bank of Maharashtra's nameplate. They were detained by cops.
Pro-Kannada organization has started to protest and tried to put black paint on Bank of Maharashtra here, a branch in Bengaluru city, and all the protesters have been detained, and the police have managed to make sure that no black paint was removed from their pockets and applied on the name board here, and complete security has been given to the Bank of Maharashtra branch.
On the other hand, Maharashtra Ekikaran Samiti has announced a Maratha Sammelan from December 19th in Belagavi to counter the Karnataka Assembly winter session. The war is not only limited to streets but has also reached the parliament. The opposition MPs raised the border dispute matter in parliament on the first day of the winter session.
महाराष्ट्र के खिलाफ षड्यंत्र हो रहा है और महाराष्ट्र तोड़ने की बात ये पूरे कर्नाटका के मुख्यमंत्री और दोनों राज्य जो है दोनों बीजेपी के राज्य है.
They met Home Minister Shah as well. The MPs claim that Home Minister Amit Shah has confirmed he will be meeting Chief Ministers of both Maharashtra and Karnataka on December 14th.
ह्या सगळ्या प्रकारचा कायदा सुव्यवस्था देशातील बिघडते आणि म्हणून केंद्र सरकारने याच्यामध्ये लक्ष घालावं आणि केंद्र सरकारने या संदर्भात काय ताबडतोब कारवाई करावी अशी मागणी आम्ही करण्याचं पत्र माननीय गृहमंत्र्यांना आज दिलं. त्यावर गृहमंत्र्यांनी 14 तारखेला दोन्ही राज्याच्या मुख्यमंत्र्यांना मी बोलावतोय असं सांगितलंय.
The BJP is now facing the fire from the opposition in the two states that are ruled by the Saffron Party. In Maharashtra, Uddhav Thackeray has led the attack on the Shinde-Fadnavis Sarkar.
कुछ ही महीनों में कर्नाटक में इलेक्शन आने जा रहे हैं और अचानक कर्नाटक के मुख्यमंत्री काफी आक्रामक हुए हैं. कर्नाटक के मुख्यमंत्री आक्रामक है, लेकिन महाराष्ट्र के मुख्यमंत्री कहां है, समझ में नहीं आ रही बात.
The border showdown has also prompted a BJP fight as leaders from the two states are now resorting to public spats.
माझं तर प्रामाणिक मत आहे की केंद्र सरकारने दोन्ही महाराष्ट्र सरकार आणि कर्नाटक सरकारला बोलून जे काय त्यावेळेस ठरलं होतं भाषावर त्याचं हे व्हावं.
Two state problems. So who started? Maharashtra minister started. So they have to solve. It's not a issue of Karnataka. They started. They have to close the issue.
Dispute between Karnataka and Maharashtra had seen several protests and violence even in the past. Chaired by the central government will put an end to all the protest and violence and politics in the district of Belagavi. With Erosion's Madhu, Sagairaj reporting for India Today, Belagavi.
I want to bring in Sagai Raj on this broadcast. He's joining us live from Belagavi. Sagai, we've been seeing a lot of politicking on this issue, a lot of back and forth between the state governments, between the opposition and the ruling party, etc. Is all of that aggravating the situation on the ground? Is that what's really led to all of these protests also happening in Belagavi?
Absolutely, and it was one single statement from the Deputy Chief Minister of Maharashtra, Devendra Fadnavis, that not only Belagavi, they will also take Karwar away from Karnataka because there are large number of Marathi-speaking people in these two districts. And this particular statement has changed the entire scenario where the people who were living peacefully turned violence, where we have seen activists coming from Bengaluru and protesting in Belagavi, and they had also vandalized a vehicle. And following that, there was a counter-protest even in Maharashtra, where several vehicles of Karnataka were being attacked by the Maharashtrian activists. Now, the entire case has been sub judice, where a petition which has been filed on the border dispute, but there is a counter petition which is also filed by Karnataka government saying that they should not hear this particular case because there is a Mahajan report which has clearly submitted on division of state on linguistic barriers. In the same way, a petition which is still being heard is whether to hear the petition on border dispute or not. So the Karnataka government feels that it will be on their other side because the Mahajan Samiti report clearly backs Karnataka as well as Belagavi as a part of Karnataka. So now the central government has intervened and tried to chair a meeting between the Chief Minister and people of Belagavi hope that this particular meeting will bring back some kind of peace and solution in the city.
All right, Sagai, thank you for getting us that live report. We'll track the latest that comes in, even as we've been seeing some incidents of protests, of violence breaking out, targeting the other states, vehicles, infrastructure, etc. Now, tensions have clearly flared once again along the Karnataka-Maharashtra interstate border over a dispute that's long-standing. It's not something that's new. This has been going on for decades now over the control of Belagavi particularly, which is in North Karnataka. It's bordering the state of Maharashtra as well. The renewed unrest, also stirred by controversial remarks related to the border dispute by politicians in both states, has peaked in the last few weeks. And in our next report, I break down and explain in detail exactly what this dispute is all about and when does it date back to.
ಸುಪ್ರೀಂ ಕೋರ್ಟ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ದಾವೆ ಹೂಡಿದಂತಹ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ನಮ್ಮ ವಾದವನ್ನು ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸಿದ್ಧತೆಯನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೇವೆ.
एकही गाव महाराष्ट्रातलं कुठे जाणार नाहीये, पण आम्ही माननीय सर्वोच्च न्यायालयात लढून आमचे जे बेळगाव, कारवार, निपाणी सहित जे आमचे गाव आहेत,
पाण्या वाचून कुठलेही गाव इकडे तिकडे जाण्याचा विचार करणार नाही आणि एकही गाव महाराष्ट्रातून बाहेर जाणार नाही, याची जबाबदारी आमची आहे.
There are border disputes with Pakistan, and then there are border disputes with China. But did you know that there's an ongoing border dispute raging on within the country as well? The Karnataka-Maharashtra border dispute is back in the focus after both state governments have been engaging in a war of words, taking claim to certain border villages. You had Karnataka Chief Minister Baswaraj Bommai, Maharashtra Chief Minister Eknath Shinde, his deputy Devendra Fadnavis, all of them fighting it out. So this flashpoint comes at a time when you're seeing the legal fight also being reignited over this decades-long border dispute. We've also seen protests raging on in both states over this issue. In Maharashtra, there were protests against Karnataka Chief Minister Baswaraj Bommai with black ink being thrown at his posters. And then in Karnataka, you had protests breaking out against Maharashtra Chief Minister Eknath Shinde. The war of words on ground has escalated, particularly because of the showdown between the chief ministers of the state. And keep in mind here, what makes this particularly interesting is that both Karnataka and Maharashtra are governed by the BJP. And yet, Eknath Shinde and Fadnavis, the chief minister and deputy chief minister of Maharashtra, haven't held back in their criticism of Baswaraj Bommai, the Karnataka chief minister. Chief Minister Bommai too has hit back repeatedly. The two states' border conflict dates back many years and has its roots in the 1950s state reorganization. Let's give you a quick recap of what this dispute actually is. Karnataka and Maharashtra were both established in 1960. But ever since it was founded, Maharashtra has claimed that 865 bordering villages, including Karwar, Nipani and Belagavi, formerly known as Belgaum, should be merged into the state. Karnataka, on the other side, has claimed ownership of 260 Kannada-speaking villages near the Maharashtra borderline. The modern Karnataka districts of Uttara Kannada, Vijayapura, Belagavi and Dharwad were all a part of the former Bombay Presidency, a multilingual region. The region, which has a large Marathi-speaking population, was sought to be included in the projected Maharashtra state by the Belgaum municipality in 1948. Belgaum and 10 Bombay state talukas were, however, included in the then Mysore state by the States Reorganisation Act of 1956, which was renamed as Karnataka in 1973. In order to examine the border dispute, the Indian government established the Mahajan Commission. This was in October 1966. The commission, headed by the former Chief Justice of India, Meher Chand Mahajan, proposed in its 1967 report that 264 villages will be transferred to Maharashtra, while Belgaum and 247 villages will be kept with Karnataka. The report was rejected by Maharashtra, saying it was unreasonable and also biased. The Maharashtra government petitioned the Supreme Court in 2004 to resolve this border dispute in accordance with Article 131B of the Constitution. The Supreme Court was supposed to hear this case on November 23rd this year, but it's been postponed. Speaking to media in Nagpur, Maharashtra's Deputy Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis made it very clear that Maharashtra's stand on reclaiming Belagavi, Nipani as well as Karwar remains completely non-negotiable. In fact, you had several Marathi activists in regions like Belagavi and other parts that Maharashtra claims being given pension, promised pension at least, by Maharashtra Chief Minister Eknath Shinde. In response, you had Karnataka Chief Minister Baswaraj Bommai announcing pension for all of the Kannada-speaking people in Maharashtra who've been fighting for unification with Karnataka. Bommai also provided special subsidies to Kannada medium schools in Maharashtra. The decades-old border dispute has now pitted the BJP governments of both states against each other, allowing both the state governments to score brownie points with groups championing Kannada and Marathi causes. All right, let's move on to some other stories also that we're tracking this evening. What's happening in Andhra Pradesh, for example, where superstar Neta is popularly called as Power Star, has a huge fan following when you look at his films at least. Pawan Kalyan, who's of course been taking steps and leaps forward in his political career, finds himself in another row, this time over his election campaign vehicle. You see that on your screens. The Jana Sena chief unveiled an armoured vehicle, shared pictures and videos of this on social media, saying this is Varahi. It's ready for election battle. So he's saying that this is his election vehicle. Looks oddly similar to a military vehicle, doesn't it? That's what sparked a political battle, because the YSRCP is saying that this is a military vehicle lookalike and it's illegal to have olive-colored vehicles because of how similar it is to military vehicles. However, the Jana Sena chief, Pawan Kalyan, has hit back. He's tweeted a very interesting response. We get you those details in our next report.
Ye mera jahan, ye mera ghar, mera aasiyan, ye meri duniya, tera kaam kya hai yahan.
This is Power Star's latest political power punch. A swanky campaign vehicle unveiled by Pawan Kalyan. The superstar Neta tweeted, Varahi is ready for election battle. Modified with speakers, special lights, fitted with CCTVs and painted olive green, Pawan Kalyan's military-style pole vehicle has become the latest flashpoint in state of war Andhra. The State Transport Department has red flagged the campaign truck, saying it violates the Motor Vehicles Act as the truck resembles a military vehicle. The YSRCP too hit out at Pawan Kalyan, asking him to behave like a genuine citizen.
Just I am requesting Pawan Kalyan, just come out of the cinema phobia, cinema aura. Come into according to your statement. Every time you are going to say, I am a law-abiding citizen. What is there useful by stating statements only, confining for statements only?
Not taking the political criticism lying down, Pawan Kalyan taunted, asking the YSRCP if he can wear an olive green shirt. He also alleged that his movies had been blocked and he was forced to leave the city of Visakhapatnam and that his car was stopped in Mangalagiri.
YSRCP వాళ్ళు ఉన్నారు, వాళ్ళు ఏం చేస్తారు ఇప్పుడు? నిన్న చూశారు కదా, మేము హౌ వీఆర్ గెటింగ్ రెడీ ఫర్ ద ఎలక్షన్ ప్రెసిడెంట్ గారు ట్వీట్ చేశారు. ఆ వాహనం గురించి వాళ్ళకి దొరికిందల్లా ఏంటంటే రంగు గురించి. దాంట్లో ఇంకా పాజిటివిటీ ఏముంది? ఏ విధంగా మనం బ్యాటిల్ రెడీ అన్నాం, ఎందుకు సిద్ధం అవుతున్నాం మనం, ప్రజలు ఏ విధంగా దాన్ని ఎదురు చూస్తున్నారు, అవి మర్చిపోతున్నారు. మర్చిపోవడం కాదు, డెలిబరేట్గా ప్రెస్ మీట్లు పెట్టి మరి రంగుల గురించి. అంటే ఏ రంగు వెహికల్కి ఉండాలో మనం రూల్ ఫాలో కావా? మనకు తెలీదా?
A few weeks ago, Pawan Kalyan had driven into controversy as he travelled while sitting on top of his car. He was on his way to meet locals whose homes were allegedly demolished to make way for a highway in Guntur. The actor was booked for flouting traffic norms then. One thing is clear, this star-studded showdown is far from over. Bureau Report, India Today.
All right, let's cut across now to news from Telangana, where the showdown between YS Sharmila, Jagan's sister, and KCR continues. The YSRTP chief, YS Sharmila, submitted a memorandum, in fact, to protest against the police denying permission to her padayatra. She's lashed out, and you can see her sitting in the middle of the road there, saying that she's been denied permission for her padayatra and claims that several of her party workers have also been detained. YS Sharmila, in her statement, has lashed out at KCR, saying he's completely destroyed democracy in Telangana. Let's play out for you her reaction.
Talking about the Padayatra, But when it comes to the other politicians, be it the BJP's Padayatra or maybe the Congress Party's Padayatra, there are permissions given. Here the police has cited that unparliamentary language was used. There were violation of the conditions that have been prior the Padayatra permission given. There were certain conditions that have been violated. So why is it only YSRTP or why is Sharmila's Padayatra being into controversy?
Please listen to the language of Mr. Bandi Sanjay. He uses all kinds of abusive language. Why is he still being allowed to do the Padayatra? Why is Sharmila alone detained? Why is Sharmila alone prevented from doing the Padayatra? The only reason is because KCR fears Sharmila. And also this law and order problem that they are citing, on this provocation that they are citing that I am making, due to my remarks anywhere, no MLA was attacked. None of the MLA's houses were geared. No provocation whatsoever took place. That's why none of these happened. I have walked 3,500 kilometers in the same manner that happened in Narsampet as well. So my question is, 3,500 kilometers, if there was no law and order problem from our side, why was there one in Narsampet? Because your people, the TRS party or the BRS party gundas themselves set fire to my bus. They attacked me with petrol bombs. They set fire to ISR statue. They destroyed my vehicles. They beat up my people. They threatened us. They created the havoc. They created the law and order problem. And citing a law and order problem, they arrested me and brought me here.
What do you see, madam, what is the future plan that is going to be from this protest that you have put up?
I am demanding that I be allowed to do my Padayatra. But right now I am demanding, sitting here on the road, the release of my people and that they be allowed to come and visit me. If they have their basic rights, why are they being denied?
The city of Chennai is bracing for Cyclone Mandus, which is set to make landfall today at midnight. Wind speeds are picking up in the city and other parts of north coastal Tamil Nadu, even as the Met Department has sounded a heavy rain alert for the city, for Puducherry and other parts of North Tamil Nadu. Schools and colleges have been closed as a precautionary measure in Chennai, Villupuram, Kadalur and Puducherry in view of the impact that cyclone is expected to have. The Met Department has predicted that the cyclonic storm, it was a severe cyclonic storm, it's now become a cyclonic storm. It will make landfall at midnight and the impact will be felt not just in Tamil Nadu and Puducherry but also in coastal districts of Andhra Pradesh. So far an orange alert has been issued. Specific warning has also been sounded for high wind speeds. With high tides in the sea, fishermen are not allowed to venture out until further notice by authorities. Akshay Nath is joining us live from Mahabalipuram, which is where, in fact, the eye of the storm will pass. We have Pramod Madhav joining us from Marina Beach in Chennai. Shibimol getting us the latest updates from outside the Met Department office in Chennai. Akshay, I'd like to begin with you. I see the SDRF personnel right behind you, all set to be deployed in case there's a need for them to conduct any rescue work.
Well, yes, Akshita, at Mahabalipuram, we're told that 3 SDRF teams have been located at a distance of 15 minutes from one another. And here at the current location that we are standing, you can see that all the important items that will be needed for them during a mission like this are kept handy. We can see that there are saw machines, there are stretchers, life jackets, lifeboat, and all these are things that they predict might come in need during essential times like these, during vulnerable times like these. Already we have seen that the state missionaries have moved people from low-lying areas to the shelter homes, and also necessary precautionary measures have been put into place. But in the event of Cyclone Mandus, which is likely to make landfall in Mahabalipuram as per the IMD predictions, if that happens, things might go haywire, and in the last minute, if there is an emergency, this will be the team that will get into play. So I have with me also an official from the SDRF team. What kind of preparations have you put into place, and how many people are there in your particular team?
We prepare the electronic machines like RR saw, chainsaw, tree cutting machines and rubber boat, etc. etc. Many things are ready position in nighttime rescues like searching lights and life jacket, life buoy, other in our team rescue team we have.
Akshita, here there are around 42 SDRF officials who are working here, and they are on standby. And as this gentleman was just telling us, all the necessary items, including searchlights, have been put into place, and in case of an emergency, they will be utilizing them. To also talk about the rest of Tamil Nadu, also we need to understand that in around 6 districts, government officials have said that no more vehicles will be plying in the evening, and similarly that people have been requested not to venture out because it is unsafe. There has been heavy rainfall and also high-speed winds, Akshita.
Understandable. Akshay, stay on with me. Pramod Madhav is joining us live from Marina Beach. I can see the wind speeds around you already picking up, Pramod. In parts of Chennai, there has been rainfall through the day, but it's going to be bad through the night. That's when the worst is going to hit, yes?
It absolutely is, Akshita, and so far, as per reports, 7 centimeters of rainfall the northern part of Tamil Nadu has received, and it is expected to increase to at least 14 centimeters by tomorrow, and that's the reason even now you could see that the rains are still intense at this spot, just as predicted by the Met Department. The rains are definitely intense, and even for tomorrow, already 8 districts have been holiday has been declared. That is Chennai, Kanchipuram, Tiruvallur, Chengalpattu, and 4 other districts surrounding Vellore. People have been requested not to venture out unnecessarily because these rains are really heavy and sporadic, and the adjacent road to this location, called as the service lane to Marina Beach, that is completely shut, and any vehicle that is standing over there, police are coming over and they are asking to move the vehicle. It's been happening constantly, and people wearing life jacket, everybody's on the spot to make sure no untoward incident occurs. But Chennai is receiving a good amount of rainfall as we speak, Akshita.
Yeah, I can see that it's heavy rainfall right now. All the Chennaiites watching this broadcast, we're going to be getting you every update from the ground. You can see Pramod, Akshaya and Shibi there reporting for us constantly. But stay indoors, stay safe. There are several advisories that we're also constantly alerting you about, which essentially say that at this point, at least for the next few hours through the night, stay indoors because the wind speeds, the rain, it's all going to pick up. I want to take you through what the forecast looks like right now. Now, at midnight, as I mentioned, is when the cyclone will be making landfall. It's going to be in the north part of Tamil Nadu. That's in Chennai and particularly North Chennai as well as Puducherry that will face the brunt. You can see particularly the eye of the storm there as we track it live at midnight dot. Will be very, very close to the coast, and that's the point when you'll see the maximum rain and also wind speeds picking up. The eye of the storm will be moving in at that point. You can see that it is in North Tamil Nadu, and there are several parts here. You've got coastal Andhra Pradesh, Puducherry, Chennai, all of them will face the brunt of this cyclone. It will then move inward. The projection, at least by the Met Department, is that it's going to kind of move this way, which means that there will be heavy rainfall in interior parts of Tamil Nadu as well. I want to take this across to Shibimol also. She's joining us live from the Met Department office. So Shibi, based on this particular projection that we've just shown, at midnight is when the cyclone will make landfall. What is the Met Department predicting with regards to, the wind speeds and how much rain people in Chennai can expect?
Well, the Met Department, Akshita, has been saying, in fact, a briefing is right now going inside the office here. They have been giving updates every 1 hour. In fact, they're saying that the winds could be around 75 km per hour. It can also turn to gusty winds to 85 km per hour. That's the speed that they're predicting. In fact, they're also saying that there will be heavy rainfall today. I've been in central Chennai since morning, and there'll be non-stop rainfall across places, especially in this. When we go a little more inside to certain areas like Ashok Nagar, we saw waterlogging in a lot of streets. Now, the Met Department has asked everybody to stay safe and not come out because non-stop rainfall. In fact, some time back we were also experiencing wind. Because especially outside on the roads, it's been raining since morning, and the control room has also been set up. With a lot of screens where they're monitoring. They've been monitoring every movement, live movement of the wind since morning. We visited that control room particularly where they've kept a note of every particular thing, where they're saying that they're completely prepared whatever may come tomorrow, because today midnight, around midnight, we are expecting that landfall at Mamalapuram near Mahabalipuram. But the Met Department here has been saying that there will be rainfall, like since, as you can see, it's been raining since morning in central Chennai across. Wherever we visited, it was just heavy rainfall. That's what the prediction has been. tomorrow
from
also
this
the
morning
city is
to now,
expected.
while we've been getting our reporters live, you can see that rain has become much heavier. It's going to get worse through the nights, especially the next few hours. Mamallapuram, which is on the outskirts of Chennai, on the way between Chennai and Puducherry, is the exact point where the cyclone will make landfall. So maximum impact will be felt in parts of Chennai, in Puducherry and coastal Andhra Pradesh as well. I'd like to thank Akshay, Pramod and Shubhimol for joining us. We're going to keep coming back to you, but stay safe for all of you as Cyclone Mandus will be making landfall at midnight. Let's get you all the big headlines coming in from Himachal, where there is currently a meeting that's underway to decide who is going to be the next Chief Minister of Himachal. Sources telling us that Pratibha Singh and Sukhwinder Singh Sukhu camp are lobbying now hard for the CM post. Both are front-runners. Both camps are claiming that they have full support of MLAs. According to sources, the MP of Mandi and State President of the Congress, Pratibha Singh's camp, claim they have the support of 15 MLAs. Meanwhile, Sukhwinder Singh Sukhu, who is the election campaign chairman, he claims he has the support of 21 MLAs. So arm-twisting tactics that are currently underway, will it work? Will it lead to some sort of a rebellion based on the decision of the High Command? We'll have to wait and see. Kamaljeet Sandhu is joining us live from Shimla with more details on that. Kamaljeet, what's the inside track right now? Muscle flexing by both sides. They're claiming we have these many numbers on our side. But right now, as things stand, does it look like, or do we have any details of who the High Command is going to pick?
The meeting is delayed by several hours. The central observers are still yet to arrive. But what is significant is that there seems to be a standoff as far as the candidates are concerned. These are the Chief Minister candidates. And remember, they're the ones who have onus and responsibility of keeping the flock together. However, the divisions within the Congress camp are really out there. The swords are out. So that makes the job of central observers much more tougher. On top of the list is Pratibha Singh. And, you know, for the past 48 hours, we've been speaking to her. There seems to be a sea change in her stance, because right in the beginning she mentioned that, you know, we'll go with the central command and whosoever is named, to today, where she's saying and asserting that she is actually the candidate and saying that the legacy of Veer Bhadra Singh cannot be ignored. For over 20 years, Holly Lodge has been the focal point of power center. What is also significant is that at this point of time, there is Sukhwinder Singh Sukhu, who has actually thrown his name. He's also saying that as far as the MLAs are concerned, he has a sizable chunk. There is obviously Mukesh Agnihotri, who's the third man. Now, Sukhu may be close to Rahul Gandhi, but as far as Agnihotri is concerned, who's a Brahmin, and many say is the Rajput which works in Himachal Pradesh and not the Brahmins. Though Shanta Kumar had
three
been
front runners: Pratibha Singh Sukhu, Sukhwinder Singh Sukhu, as well as Agnihotri, as Kamaljeet pointed out. Thanks, Kamaljeet, for the moment for joining us. The FIFA World Cup has reached its business end and it's down to the final 8 teams now. An upbeat Brazil will take on Croatia in the first quarter final, while Lionel Messi's Argentina will lock horns with the Netherlands later tonight. Here's what you can expect from those two games.
The world's top-ranked team is all set to take on the 2018 World Cup finalists in the first quarter-final of the 2022 FIFA World Cup. An informed Richarlison and fit-again Neymar will be looking to take Brazil a step closer to World Cup glory. But Luka Modric and co will be no pushovers. Croatia have the knack of frustrating their opponent and have so far conceded only 2 goals. They were made to work hard by Japan in the round of 16, but will be high on confidence after a win in the penalty shootout. Brazil are undefeated against Croatia in their 4 previous games and would hope for the streak to continue. The second quarter-final will see Leo Messi's Argentina take on the Netherlands at the Lusail Stadium. Argentina have grown in confidence since their shock loss to Saudi Arabia, and Leo Messi has been the key to their comeback. He has already scored thrice and will be looking to add to that tally. The Netherlands, meanwhile, looked both convincing and menacing against the USA and will be hoping for Memphis Depay and Cody Gakpo to continue their good form. Will Messi take Argentina a step closer to a 3rd World Cup trophy, or will Netherlands progress at their expense? Awaits to be seen. Sports Bureau, India Today.
That's all we have time for in this edition of 6 p.m. Prime. Thanks very much for tuning in. Have a great evening ahead.